The Every Point Sports Podcast featuring Greg and Jack starts right now.
Welcome into the Every Point Sports Podcast. I am Jack Stash from Fantasy Farm Sports, and we've got the OldGamerGK. Greg, how are we feeling?
We're a little under the weather today. Bad week. And for me, anybody that follows, both my teams lost, but we are here. We are going to bring the energy as we always do. But yeah, feeling a little under the weather today. Go back to work tomorrow. We had a Christmas vacation where I work. So back to work tomorrow. So yeah, back to reality coming up.
Okay.
But we are here to talk some football today. We got some good games this week. We got it's rivalry week basically for NFL, just like college. You have rivalry week. Thank you. I'll get that out at some point. But a lot of division games, a lot of stuff still up in the air. Playoff placement, who's going to win divisions, all that's still up in the air, and a lot of stuff. A lot of things aren't set in stone yet. So yeah, this Sunday should be very interesting because next week we start playoffs.
I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped. I won. So I've had a good year in fantasy. Finished top 5 in all my leagues. I started, I won the baseball, right? Our first inaugural fantasy baseball league. And then I just won our sleeper league. So our home league, I took 5th in. Hey, those things happen. I just missed the playoffs. I was battling injuries all year. But 2 out of 4 ain't bad.
Yeah. Yep. My fantasy season went downhill. Too many injuries. Drafted while I was working. So yeah, I really highly recommend you guys don't do that. Especially somebody like me. I like to have notes in front of me. I like to have my pre-draft in front of me. I'm very anal when it comes to my drafting, and was really out of my element doing it this year. Not making any excuses because I was really happy with some of the players I had, but unfortunately those players didn't stay healthy. So that's the luck of the draw. We always got next year. Can't wait. So yeah, congratulations.
Hey, sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. Like I said, I should have been a shoe-in for our home league. I finished 7-7.
That's a rough league. For people that don't know about that league, we only have 4 playoff spots. And plus it's a non-PPR league. So it's an old school league. So every year except for 1 year, I always go into it. What do you say here? Got lucky in the sleeper league.
How dare you, Nick? How dare you? I got lucky? Oh, Nick. No, Nick's great. Nick competes really hard in our sleeper league. I like having him involved. But luck. I mean, I was hitting 187-point weeks, baby.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, so yeah. So anyways, we're looking forward to next year. Next year, my ass is going to be sitting right here. I'll be streaming the draft like I did the previous year. I streamed both of those drafts. I'll be doing that this year coming up. We're going to go back to the old school and really bucker down and think about our picks instead of having to hurry up while I'm making funnel cakes. So
yeah, we're going to grind this year.
Yep, absolutely.
Maybe we'll open up a little payroll spot for Greg.
But anyways, all you guys out there, congratulations if you guys did win your fantasy league. Congratulations. Don't forget, there's still a lot of work to be put in for next year. So don't put your chest out too high. You got about 6 weeks to do that, and then work hard. What else we got here? If
JJ pulled through the semis, you were cooked
JJ
in the
would have done
finals.
anything this year. I had him too in my other league, and he did shit for me every week.
I'm gonna tell you something I did in my one league. You'll love this. I didn't take a quarterback until week 10. Until not week 10, until like round 10, round 11, right? Because it's a PPR league, so you got to collect those guys as well. And there were so many quarterbacks to me. Somebody was really smart and kept Bo Nix. Okay, that's not a keeper, but he's a great quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, late, I went back to back. I went round 11 and I went round 13, and I took Drake May and JJ McCarthy because I sat there and I thought, well, one of them will pan out. The one guy's got supreme excellent talent. That would be Drake May. And JJ McCarthy's got all the tools. One of these guys, and then I'll just drop the one that I'll not have to worry about. And I ended up dropping JJ McCarthy because he got banged up early, and then somebody gave up on Dak Prescott. Okay, that's fine. All they do is throw the ball. In fantasy, Dak is fantastic as long as he stays healthy. Reality, you guys could scream, but he plays good football. Okay, he's not sexy. He doesn't have the best arm. He doesn't run all over the place. But if you're looking for 284 and 2 touchdowns, it's Dak Prescott. Very sorry.
Yeah. Both of my quarterbacks got hurt. So Burrow got hurt and Purdy got hurt. So,
You know what, though? Those are good
you
picks,
can say
though.
boo-hoo all you want, Nick, but the fact of the matter is my team was riddled with injuries, just like my Niners. So, it is what it is.
Boo! Oh, my God, the war is starting. All right, we better get to this docket before there's new dockets to be started.
Oh, maybe. All right. First on the docket, we got the Colts at the Houston Texans. Colts are getting 10 points. Over-unders 37.5. Colts are at plus 425. Money line, Texans are at negative 575 money line. I mean, this should be pretty easy. Texans are still fighting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, the best defense in the league going against, the Colts, who are basically have, Alex Pierce, Pittman, and Taylor. That's it. Their defense, that was once part of a strong point of their team, has been giving up a lot of points lately. So yeah, I like Houston here. I think Houston is going to maul over Phillip Rivers. They're going to bottle up Taylor. Yeah, I like Houston here.
Here's the problem.
I'm money line, by the way. Most of these today are going to be money lines. I don't like too many point spreads today.
Okay, yeah. So I like that, right? If you want to play Houston, I like all the money lines today. All these are, I'm with you.
Yeah, I have one game where I like the spread, and that's it.
But let's do this. Phillip Rivers has to play well. Not for a job, for his life. They'll kill him. Mm-hmm. He's 44. He can't go out there and just half-ass it. Right? You can't go out there and just...
If he would half-ass it, the Colts wouldn't have signed him.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
One, he knows the offense, and he's always prepared very good. He's always put 100% into it.
I think
he never has to ask anything.
I think what he's gotten out of this journey here is a quarterback's coach job. Mm-hmm. To be frank, I think that's what he's gotten. And here's what I would do. I understand that he was, coach of the high school, and that his kid's going to be moving on from that as well, right? Moving up and all these other things. But let's do this. Would you want Phillip Rivers to be the quarterback's coach in Arizona?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yeah, I would. He's no different, in my opinion, than what Andy Dalton's doing for Bryce Young in Carolina. He's doing a great job. And I know that Andy Dalton's still on the staff, but not really. No one expects him to go out there and put on the tights week in and week out. And it's only if Bryce Young broke a leg, he'd go out and play. I think Phillip Rivers has played himself into a head coaching job in the NFL. I do. But he has to play well. He has to play well. Otherwise, he can get really hurt. He has to protect himself. And by protecting himself, he has to play well. And I understand the Houston defense is ferocious. He's going to hold the ball for maybe 2 or 3 seconds. This will be the one spread I'll take. I'll take the Colts getting 10 because he's been in games.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's not playing today. Riley Leonard is playing today.
Oh, Riley Leonard.
Yeah,
so Riley Leonard.
The Colts are officially eliminated from playoff contention.
Okay, so Phillip Rivers isn't playing. But you know what, though? Here's the other thing. I'll add to it a little bit Oh, where are my Notre Dame fans? All the ones that scream that they should be in the playoffs. Put them in.
Oh,
Put
they're
them in
still
the
fucking screaming.
playoffs.
After Bama got blown out, they're still screaming they should have been in the
Put
playoffs
them in
over
the
Bama.
playoffs.
Fucking
Please,
Bama won a playoff game.
I
Shut
know,
the fuck up.
but I just want Notre Dame in the playoffs. Okay. Well, for you Notre Dame diehards, why don't you watch the Colts today? Count this as your playoff game, right? Because Riley Leonard was there last year when they were in the playoffs. Riley Leonard's 6'5" and totally capable, and he can move a little bit better than you think he can. And there's no tape on him. And but he can't. Maybe he can't do the things and have the information that Phillip Rivers does. But when Riley Leonard got the start in Notre Dame, it was out of nowhere. They just kind of threw him in, and that's how he works best. Took the job and moved forward that way. Houston hasn't seen this kid. He can move a little bit, but give me the Colts getting 10. I like having fun on days like today. Give me the Colts and your Notre Dame Riley Leonard getting 10. And watch them and cheer for them because Riley Leonard got you to the playoffs and he's your guy.
Fucking hate Notre Dame. Anyways, man, I don't like to swear on the podcast because I want parents to be able to watch this, have their kids around. But I'm sorry, that's one team that really gets me worked up. Like they cry about every little thing that happens to them.
You're having a tough week. Your beard was brown last week, so it's. I understand the week you're having. I get it. Look what the 49ers and Alabama did to you.
Yep. Listen, Niners still in the playoffs. Alabama
You're cursing.
made the playoffs, won the first round. Listen, people, won their first round. So don't tell me that Notre Dame belonged in there over them. They won their first game in the playoffs.
You're cursing.
They just
Your
got
beard's
smoked
going
by
gray.
Indiana, who was a very good team.
You're cursing. Your beard's going gray. Your pets' heads are falling off.
Yeah, a lot of shit's going to be falling off. All right. I like Houston on the money line. Jack likes the Colts getting the 10 points.
I do. I just call me crazy.
Mm-hmm. All right, crazy. Next, we got Cleveland Browns at the Cincinnati Bengals. Browns are getting 9.5. Over under is 45.5. Browns are at plus 360 money line. Bengals are at negative 470 money line. I like the Bengals here on the money line, but it wouldn't surprise me to see the Browns. Well, actually, they're in Cincinnati. Never mind. Scrub that. I'm taking the money line with Cincinnati. I ain't messing with points.
I'll take the money line and I'll give you a score. How about that? Because I can feel it. I like Cincinnati 30-20. But Shador's not perfect. He does find ways to move that offense. And I don't know if you guys have been keeping track. I have. A lot of these games, defenses come out. He's much quicker and much more agile and throws a better ball than advertised and maybe even they see on tape. And all of a sudden, it's 7-0. You got a defense coach screaming at them on the sideline. And then all of a sudden, it's 10-7 because they've buckled down. And then it's 17-7. And then Shador finds a way to battle back because, what they're doing, he can change to. He's a great athlete.
And let's face it, Cincinnati's defense is horrible. So Shador should tear it up. Just saying.
Right. I mean, you could be.
The over here then? The over? I think you kind of convinced me for the over here. 45.5?
I love it. Oh, please. That's coming in the first half. That's coming in the first half because, right. I mean, Cincinnati, like you said, runs a Pac-12 defense. There's not a lot of greatness on that side. Myles Garrett will get the sack lead. Shador Sanders, I love his over passing yards, whatever it turns out to be. I like him to go over just blindly thinking because he'll have to keep up with Joe and stuff. We'll call it over 260. What's that prop bet look like?
2 touchdowns.
Yeah. So
I'm thinking by him today.
Even if it's windy, even if there's weather, it doesn't seem to really matter. He throws a good spiral.
They could score whatever. And both of these teams are used to playing in weather. So let's not pretend that we got a West Coast team going over the East Coast team and they can't handle the weather. Both of these teams play outside and they play in bad weather. So they're used to this.
And that's something not a lot of people talk about anymore, right? This guy's got a great arm, blah, 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 all these other things. But the spiral of the football needs to cut through.
Yep,
The
needs to be
spinning
tight.
it is the
Mhm,
spiral. It needs to be tight. And Burrow throws a great spiral.
mhm.
Guess
Yep.
what? Sanders throws a great spiral. That
Throws a lot
thing
of
is
floppy balls too, though.
but that thing's a spiral. When it's long, it's a spiral.
And listen, he played in Colorado too. Let's not pretend that the weather's nice up there either. you know?
It's not. He's got elevation. He's got weather.
Exactly.
He's got all these elements. Yeah. So
Yeah, so I mean, the kid's used to it for what, 1, 3 there, 4 years. He's used to playing in that type of weather. So,
yeah,
you know,
he'll be fine.
I do like, yeah, I love the over here, and I like the Bengals on the money line.
All right.
All right, next we got the Dallas Cowboys at the New York Giants. The Dallas Cowboys are at giving 3 points. Over under is 49.5. Cowboys money line is at -162. Giants are at +136. I said before, there's one game out there that that I like the spread on, and this is the one. I like the Cowboys here. I like them a lot. I know the Giants have been playing much better football, inspired football with Dart behind center. But Cowboys still are a high-powered offense. Their defense, they're all right. They're Dallas is the Giants' defense is much better. But again, I think the point-wise, I think this could be a 28-14 game, Dallas.
You think so?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, listen, the Giants are a great story this year. You know, Dart coming in, resurrecting that franchise a little bit, breathing a little life into it. Um, but ultimately, I think the Dallas Cowboys are a little playing with a little chip on their shoulder now.
Mhm.
We're good enough to be in the playoffs, but we're not there. And I think
Mhm.
this is going to be a statement game for them. Back in what was it, 90? I want to say 98. The Niners went 10-6, missed the playoffs. The Bears got in instead of
Mm.
them. We played the Bears the final game of the season. We had such a chip on our shoulder. We destroyed them. It was like 52-10 or something like that. It was a ridiculous score. Everybody was saying they don't belong. The Niners should be in. Blah blah blah. I think this is one of those games where the Dallas just makes a statement.
Yeah, it could be. And I love all those things if it was in Dallas. And a lot of these people, there are people back and forth, right? Sitting there going, well, you know what the Giants are going to do? The Giants are going to lose and they're going to get the second pick in the draft and they're going to move up to the first pick and they're going to trade the Raiders, Jackson Dart for Mendoza. That's what's going to happen. Wow.
Why would they do that when they could pick Mendoza themselves?
Wow. Because the Raiders are probably going to take Mendoza. But the
They
whole
should.
thing is like, if you're, I know, I get it. He's the guy, but just you guys are really working hard for a conspiracy here, right? Like you've got to trade your 2 pick, and then they get Jackson Dart, and then there's a lot of stuff there.
Yeah.
By the way, you're talking about 2 teams that, in my opinion, won't have the same coach again. Brian Dable's already out. Pete Carroll's looking at the door.
Pete Carroll's going to be gone. He's not staying. There's already reports out there that he's out the door.
Okay, so we're doing a lot of work ahead of time. Oh, you know what's
Mhm.
going to happen? What's going to happen? Sky's going to fall. Yeah, because your ceiling's not secured. That is your sky. Fine. That sky outside, beyond your ceiling, I think it'll be just fine.
Mhm.
What's that line is real suspicious. It's been sitting at 3.5, I believe.
Okay.
I
It's at 3
think
right
that
now.
it's at 3 right now.
Mhm.
Okay, weekly it's been laying around 3.5. Uh, I'm gonna do it. I like the Giants at home getting the 3.5. I just
right.
got a feeling that Jackson Dart and these Giants are gonna sit there and go, "Hey, look, we get a little bit of coaching here. We're gonna be right in games. We got a ton of talent. I think they're raising their hand and they're showing themselves that they want to have a certain type of coach. Somebody's going to get that job, and they want to prove worthy of having a real guy. I mean, look, Giants look great today. You could have Gruden in there next year. And I know he's the popular name to mention, but he is that kind of guy that could get in there with those meatheads and coach that team. And all of a sudden, they're dominant, right? So give me the Giants, 3.5 at home. If we were in Dallas, I'd be with you all the way. Dallas would stomp them, but I just got a feeling this line is a little weird. This line should be -6.
Division game, they never really blow each other out. Nobody.
But for what's at stake?
You know
Nothing's
what I mean?
at stake. Nothing's at
No,
stake.
nothing. No, nothing. You got 2 scrub teams playing. That's it.
So I think the Giants still lose, but I think it's competitive for a while, and it's going to almost look embarrassing to Dallas. Like, Dallas could be down in this game 14-0, and then Dak's walking the sidelines going, hey, guys, 14-0. And then, yeah, they start rolling a little bit, but I still think that I want that 3.5. I don't know why.
I'll take the money line. I already took the money line with Dallas, but I do like the point spread. I like them giving 3. I think they win it by at least a touchdown.
Okay.
Next, this is going to be an interesting game. This is a game that I, when I seen, I was like, oh no. But then the more and more I thought about it, especially with Atlanta winning last week against the Rams, the Saints versus Atlanta. Saints are getting 4.5. Over under is 43.5. Saints are at plus 170 money line. Falcons are at -205 money line. Listen, guys, I am not touching this game. I want to watch this game. The Saints, since Tyler Show has taken over, looks like a total different team. The Falcons, I don't know what they drank last week, but whatever they drank last week, they better double up this week. Drink more, because you guys played a hell of a game last week against the Rams. You guys ended up beating them. The Rams were one of my guaranteed picks. Hurt bad last week. Took me out 2 parlays. So, yeah. And I would, the Rams, they should easily beat the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons,
I thought it was a good
have
pick.
Strong roster. They just don't have anybody. Me and Jack talked about it, I believe, last week. Don't have anybody to call the right plays for that roster. Just so happened that they did last week. I think that continues this week. I do like the Falcons here. It's at Atlanta. If it was at the Saints, I might go the opposite way. But I like the Falcons here on the money line.
Yeah, I do too.
Yes. The Saints, Nick is right. The Saints does determine the Carolina-Tampa Bay playoff spot, whether or not they get in.
Yeah, so if the Saints lose, Carolina gets in.
Yeah.
And, vice versa. I'll be rooting for the Saints. Not just because I like the Bucs and I like Mayfield. I just think Carolina's boring, and I don't think Bryce Young's very good. I think he's fine. I just, he's a different version of Tua to me. And I think that
he kind of is. They're kind of almost the same quarterback.
Tua throws the speed. Bryce Young throws the height.
Bryce Young isn't getting killed like Tua did. Tua was a good quarterback up until he got all those head injuries.
But Bryce Young does well throwing to height, and Tua does well throwing to speed. There's no in between. It's Rico Dowdle towers over him, and that's his running back. I mean, it's fine, but it's a boring story to me. Here's the thing about this Atlanta New Orleans game. Tyler Show will be the quarterback in New Orleans next year.
Yep.
A couple things behind the scenes for fantasy owners, and I don't know if this is a big deal for you guys next year, but Chris Olave is a blood clot. I don't, it's just in the preliminary stages, but currently he's not going to be playing football. Can't play football. So, there's a Chris Olave issue in New Orleans, not due to his character, but due to his physical nature. I think I kind of believe, to me, that Kirk Cousins is still playing for a job. Not in Atlanta, but let's face it, and I've seen reports swirling, the Jets are a mess. The Jets are a mess. I know the Dolphins are a mess, but the Jets are really a mess. The Jets have no direction. Like, for everybody that thought that Justin Fields needed one more chance, just let me have your TV subscription to watch football next year, because you don't watch it. You might sit there and eat potato chips, but you don't watch football. Justin Fields has been the worst give him another chance ever in the league. Jamarcus Russell has more talent than Justin Fields and never got another chance.
Well, that's because Jamarcus Russell ballooned up to almost 300 pounds. He was like 280 pounds as a quarterback. Like, that's the reason why he didn't care anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but why can't we just give him another chance?
Because he can't stay healthy. He can't be on the field. 280 pounds.
Justin Fields had a game
out further than what his pads did.
Yeah, it would have been an interesting story to watch, at least, instead of Justin Fields throwing for 35 yards through 3 quarters. That's 10 yards a quarter.
Listen,
10 point or 12.2 for all you mathematic people out there. I mean, it's embarrassing.
If he would have got somebody in there that would have been able to run the read option, he would have been a serviceable quarterback up there. But unfortunately, everywhere he goes, they try to turn him into a pure passer. What do we always say about Justin Fields? He's a great athlete. Great athlete. And if you're gonna commit to him behind that line under center, you need to commit to him being an athlete and not a quarterback.
I wish, and it hasn't been that way for a long time, but I really do wish we committed more money. Maybe as a country, I don't know how we do this, but I wish we committed more money to Olympians, because Justin Fields would probably be one of the best Olympians we ever fielded.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he could run and hurdle and long jump and all those things. Unfortunately, none of those are valuable in the NFL. No, you need to be able to throw a pass. Huh?
Yep. Not unless you're a running back.
Right. You need to be able to throw a pass. I thought one of the greatest passes I saw in the league last night. I watched the Bucks play the Panthers, and it was 3rd and 4. Bootleg. Mayfield comes out. It's an absolute downpour, mud everywhere.
Yep.
Right. The field you could see it slopping up on their cleats,
and weighed 10 pounds more than what it should have.
And we know Mayfield likes to give it a go with that arm.
Mm-hmm.
And he almost shot putted it. He just boof. He threw it up so it landed for Otten, not at Otten.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a pillow. And I sat there and I thought to myself, wow, what a fantastic. That was one of the best passes, because you needed the first down. You didn't need to gas it. And you threw what somebody would throw in 4th grade to their best friend.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a pass that Justin Fields can't make.
Mm-hmm.
But you needed it. And we know Baker likes to put gas and mustard and everything on the ball. And I thought that was a grand maturity of the player to know that Otten needed a pillow.
Mm-hmm.
And Justin Fields would have thrown it 4 yards over his head with all his might.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So maybe Kirk Cousins plays very well today. Atlanta beats New Orleans. Who won the first meeting? I always like to know those things. Because those things are the things that I think New Orleans actually snuck up and beat them the first time. And if this is a divisional game, usually there's payback involved. Atlanta's very talented. And I don't believe that those players are just going to lay it out. By the way, not for nothing here, but Kyle Pitts is starting to look really good with Kirk Cousins. And I know that we like Michael Penix Jr. and everything, but I feel like this Atlanta team's just going to look the same next year. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'm nuts. Maybe Penix another year, it'll start to do better. I don't know. I kind of saw the same out of Penix this year as I did the 4 games that he played the year before. Don't you feel that way?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Let's see here. They played back in November 23rd, 2025. Falcons won 24-10 at the Saints.
Really?
Yeah. Cousins did play that game too, by the way.
24-10. Atlanta won the first meeting.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins threw for 199, 2 touchdowns and interception.
Huh. That's really interesting. You know what?
Tyler
Because I like the
did play in that game too. He was 30 of 43, 1 interception, no touchdowns, threw for 243.
give me the comeback then. Give me the comeback. I'll take New Orleans on the money line.
Okay.
Here's your good money line, guys.
I like Atlanta.
I know.
In this game. So, all right. Next, we got the Green Bay Packers at the Minnesota Vikings. Packers are giving 12.5. Over under is 37.5. Packers money line is at plus 470. Vikings are at negative 675. This spread's way out of hand. Way out of hand. Listen, I know that what the Vikings record is, but if you looked at them the last 3 weeks, they've looked like a totally different team than they did earlier in the year. You could say the same thing for the Packers. Earlier in the year, they looked like a great team. Lately, they don't look like a playoff team. So, I like the points here. I will take the 12.5 with Minnesota. I'll take the 12.5 and run.
The Vikings are getting 12.5?
Yes. Yes. Yep.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't get it either. 12.5. I mean, the Packers haven't looked that great lately. Like, I don't understand what this is.
And they're not playing half their team. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
No. It's the opposite way.
Yeah.
It's the opposite way. The Vikings are minus 12.5.
Minus 12.5. That's what it is. Some odd reason I thought it was the other way around.
I'll take the Vikings on the money line. How about that, Nick?
Yeah, me too. Money line.
How about that? Even though you said I got lucky in our fantasy league, I'll pick your Vikings this week, and I'll pick your JJ McCarthy, and I think they're going to outbest the Packers high school team that they're going to field today. How about that?
JJ even playing?
Yeah, he is playing, and he's going to look
is he?
awesome. Oh, my God. He's going to throw for 300 yards. He's going to look like he did against Michigan because the team that he's playing today is going to look like Northwestern. Take the Vikings because they're playing the high school Green Bay Packers.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, Nick, I want you to make sure that you put on the purple socks and everything. I want you to get all dressed up because this is going to be your Viking swan song. And when you go out, talk to your friends, you go, yeah, who won the last meeting with the Vikings and the Packers? And it'll feel good.
Moral victory.
Moral victory. Take the Vikings.
All right, next we got the Washington Commanders at the Philadelphia Eagles. Commanders are getting 3.5. Over under is 38.5. Commanders are at plus 154. Eagles are at negative 185.
I'll take the Eagles. They're at home.
Ultimately, I think the Eagles on the money line here. I'm not messing around with the point.
Yeah, let's not be too cute here. Just take the Eagles, even though the team to me just feels like an emotional mess every week.
What's that?
The Eagles, they just to me every single week. I didn't think it was true, but it is true. Remember, you know, Will Ferrell in a lot of his movies, like, I just want to punch your face. That's how I feel every time I see Nick Sirianni.
Mm-hmm.
He's just got a terrible face. He's got a face I want to punch. I hate his face. Jalen Warren went off the wrong week.
So we're playing what ifs now. Okay.
Oh, what ifs? Oh, well,
what ifs?
you know.
I got a lot of what ifs. But we won't go that route.
We won't go that route.
We both like the Eagles here.
Yeah, we both like it. What if I was able to really punch Nick Sirianni in the face? Take the Eagles.
I would like that.
Buy a cheap TV and put a boxing glove on your hand. And when his face comes on there and he goes, you know, Melissa, whack it. Can't stand his face.
All right. Next, we got the New York Jets at the Buffalo Bills. Jets are getting 11.5. Over-under is 38.5. Jets are at plus 500. Bills are at negative 700. Bills on the money line here. I'm not messing around with 11.5 points, especially up in Buffalo. Who knows what the snow's going to be up there? Division game. I know we just talked a bunch of junk on the Jets. Again, it is still a division game. Um, yeah, I'll take the Bills on the money line here.
Take the Jets. Here's your other prediction. Stay away from everything Josh Allen related. I do believe you see Mitchell Trubisky.
Ooh, okay.
That
All right.
ankle,
Even with
they're
Mitch
not going to play
playing, I
around.
still like Buffalo.
Huh?
Even if Mitch plays, I still like Buffalo.
Well,
It's the Jets.
I know. I listen, I'm with you. The Jets don't have a head coach either, so it's tough.
No, they have a defensive coordinator.
There we go.
And
Tremendous.
look at their defense. Not that good.
Well, he can call the plays. He just can't get the players to do them.
Yeah. I mean, listen, the guy did a great job with the Lions as a defensive coordinator. There's a reason why he got the head coaching job. So I'm not talking shit that he can't coach a defense. It's just like you just said. He can't pick the players.
Speaking of a team that needs a new coach.
All right, Miami Dolphins at the New England Patriots. Miami's getting 13.5. Over under is 45.5. Miami's at plus 625 money line. New England's at negative 950 money line.
This is a bad spread.
What's going on as far as New England playing their starters? What are they doing?
Yeah, they're not. I mean, Drake May's going to play. Some of their starters are going to see some time. But 13.5 is look, I'm going to tell you right now. This is the sucker's bet of the year. This is the public looking at the record, punching their phone and going, yeah, Patriots. Right. And I don't believe, I think that Miami's going to play pretty decently here. I don't think that New England's playing. They haven't been playing lights out. McDaniel's been getting the Dolphins to play pretty well. But Quinn Ewers.
Few games. Yep.
Quinn Ewers doesn't care.
Listen, I said last week he didn't look like a starting quarterback. His first start last week, he looked pretty good. So,
well, Tampa Bay's got the worst defense in the league, so he did look great against them. But I'll take the Dolphins getting 13.5. If the Patriots beat them by 30, then so be it. But I mean, all reports are that McDaniels is coming back. So if you play poorly, you're not going to be playing football next year because he's not playing games. I know that everybody thinks he's just this nice guy geek. That's not true. They fought hard for him, and he's proven that he could shift gears from nice guy to, hey, you're on the Miami freeway. So, I'd be very careful with a player here that thinks that they're just going to kind of get away with not giving their best effort, Miami.
I'll take the New England on the money line. Staying away from the points. Still New England. It's still Miami. Miami doesn't play well in cold weather. I know they won up. They beat the Jets. I picked the Jets to beat them because of the whole, anything under, I think it was 50 degrees. They were 0 whatever.
Yeah.
I think this comes back into fruition. I think this happens again. Just because of one game doesn't mean that there's not a trend there. And so I'm going to go with New England on the money line. I know there's not a lot of meat on the bones. I'm not taking them on a single bet. I'll throw them in on a parlay somewhere.
I do wonder if that's a Ewers number, though.
What's that?
I wonder if that's a Tua number. Tua doesn't play well in the cold. Tua can't do anything with the temperature. So I understand that he won that game against the Jets. Everybody beats on the Jets.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what.
But I wonder if that number, like, all of a sudden we see a pass and we go, Ewers doesn't kind of mind it. And this is going to be a lot of New England backup defense. I'm sure that they've been vetted and they're going to play their toughest. But, it's almost, if you're getting a chance against the backups, you better look like a starter.
Yep. All right. So you like Miami getting 13.5. I like New England on the money line. Next, we got the Detroit Lions at the Chicago Bears. Excuse me. Detroit's getting 4.5 points. Over under is 51.5. Detroit's at plus 164 money line. Bears are at negative 198 money line. This is an interesting game, but ultimately, I think it's going to come down to coaching, and I think the best coach on that field is Ben Johnson. I think he was the catalyst in that Lions team the last couple years down there with Campbell. So on that note, he took his talents to the Bears. So I am taking the Bears on the money line.
I liked the Bears in the first meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bears won, right? And the Bears have had such a gauntlet of late.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They've had to deal with Detroit. They've had to deal with Green Bay. They've had to deal with San Francisco. I mean, it's just one after the other. And here's the thing with Chicago. They've done a good job, but not a great job. Defensively, they're losing 2 guys a week. In San Francisco, that starts to catch up. Mm-hmm. Offensively, their best player is Luther Burden of late. He's a rookie.
Yeah, right. Been a stud for them.
Huh?
Loveland, rookie's tight end. Stud for them.
Right. But okay. But again, both rookies, right? And I just, to me, Detroit's out of the playoffs. But the only thing that I think Campbell is a great motivator. Mm-hmm. I think Detroit has enough pride here. Chicago's locked up the 1 seed.
Mm-hmm. No, they don't. No, the 1 seed belongs to Seattle. Niners and Seattle were playing for the 1 seed last night. The winner of that game got the 1 seed.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Well, I still think Detroit wins. I'll take Detroit on the money line here.
All right.
If they lose
on the money line.
If they lose, Campbell's not even going to be able to go to an Applebee's in Detroit, let alone work there. I think Dan Campbell's the worst coach in that division.
He takes too many chances. I like him as a motivator. He needed somebody like Ben Johnson. You said this before. I forget on what podcast, to reel him back in, save himself from himself. He doesn't have that anymore. He doesn't have your Aaron Glenn. Your Ben Johnson isn't there. Those guys are gone. He brought in his own guys. Those guys are basically yes men right now.
You ever hear somebody go, "I'll die on that hill"? Mm-hmm. You know what happened? And that means that I'm going to win the argument. You know what happens sometimes, though? Sometimes you die on the hill.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what we're seeing here. Mm-hmm.
That's what we're saying is, he needs to tone it down, but there's nobody there to tone him down. He's too emotional. He's a player. He's a player through and through, All right, and I don't fault him for that. You listen, he has great qualities, but you need somebody there to structure that, to temper him.
Our players are Goliaths, right? They're big, they're burly, they're strong. They do all the time. Our players are Goliaths. Well, currently, Goliath has been slammed down to at least his knees. Mm-hmm. Right? So 1 year without your head coaches and you still have the same talent and you're not in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. I'm going to tell you that if this happens back to back, I don't believe Detroit's going to hang on to him. Kevin O'Connell's done a better coaching job with what he's had. Matt LaFleur is a better coach.
Yeah, and those guys are actual coaches. You said it best. Campbell is a motivator. He knows what to say to his players to get the best out of him. That's not the same as making the best scheme for his players.
Right.
That's totally different. What's perfect for a team when you got somebody like Campbell, who's a great motivator, and then somebody like Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson that's great at scheming, you put those two together, you come up with a great team.
Right. And so now we're at the point where, and I'll be the first one to do it, because what do I care? You guys don't listen anyway, and I told you Detroit was not going to the playoffs, didn't I? Did I not say this? Said to start season that Dan Campbell is going to be your Achilles heel. Yeah, he's the greatest. Wrong. I told you. And I'm telling you this, that if Dan Campbell does not adapt, he will die on that hill he claims he wants to. Mm-hmm. He will be wearing that Applebee's headset full time. These are promises I'm giving to you. One more year of this, they're not going to waste Goff, Gibbs, Laporta, go down the line, St. Brown. They're not going to waste those careers on this guy that wants to go on 4th and 7 all the time. Dan, it's on your own 20. Yeah, well, you got 7 yards before, though. When? He does it all the time. He doesn't do math proper. You're down by 10 with 7 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the game. What does he do? He goes for it. Why don't you kick the field goal, put some faith in your defense, and live to have to manage the game within the 2-minute drill? Why don't you ever do that?
That's the thing, though. Know your team. You know your defense is banged up this year. You've lost multiple players. You're playing with third stringers in your secondary. Listen, I'm a Niners fan. I get it. But your offense can't put your defense in a bad situation. Take the points when you can take the points. 3 points is 3 points. Don't go for it and don't get points and put your defense in a bad situation where they have to stop that offense from scoring because your offense can't score because you keep going for it on 3rd down or 4th downs. Listen, 3 field goals is 9 points. All right? You go for it more than 3 times in the red zone.
Yeah, he does silly things. And I'm not saying this was all him either, but when you have contracts of players that all they want to do is be on the field, you should probably do your best to hold on to those players. And I'm mentioning CJ Gardner-Johnson right up front here. CJ Gardner-Johnson was the best player you had in that defense because he plays all the time. And you ask him to play safety, and he'll move to corner, and he does a lot of things. And now he doesn't do anything for you. He does everything for Chicago.
And he
funny how Ben Johnson noticed.
Mm-hmm. He actually had a pick called back, but he's played well with Chicago. So,
but when he's on the field, like he was in Philadelphia, like he doesn't play he doesn't play and start for garbage defenses. Mm-hmm. Think about that. CJ Gardner-Johnson started for the Eagles.
Yeah,
that's a monster defense.
He came over from the Saints. He came over from.
Right. I mean, the dude could flat out play. So my point being is that you should have held on to that player that could have helped your defense.
Yeah, absolutely. If anything, depth. All right, so you like Detroit here. I like Chicago.
I just took Detroit right now. I took them getting the 4.5. I got them getting 4.5.
Chicago here. I like Chicago on the money line. I'm not taking the points. I told you there's only one game here that I like the points. And we already went over that. Next, we got the LA Chargers at the Denver Broncos. Chargers are getting 14 points. Over-under is 37.5. Chargers are at plus 850. And Denver is at negative 1450. Listen, that LA, that Chargers line is beat up. Herbert's going to get killed today. I see it already. I really do. I'm not taking the 14 points. I don't even want to touch the money line here because it's so big. But when I'm picking a team, it's going to be the Denver Broncos. I'm not taking the 14 points. I'm taking the money line. But, yeah, I think Herbert's going to get killed today.
I don't think Herbert's playing today.
He's not? I hope he's not because whatever quarterback is playing, they're going to get killed.
It's Trey Lance. Trey Lance today, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. It's going to definitely be Denver. No issues, no problem.
I'll tell you what.
Now that I know that, I might even take the 14 points.
I'll tell you, you want some fun? Here, let's have some fun. The over or the under on Trey Lance's passing yards is set at 163.5.
Under.
I'll take the over because here's my whole thing. My whole thing is that you sit there and you go, wow, that Denver defense, half of them aren't playing. And so if all he's going to do is play against backup schemes, which is what he's going to get, and backup players, again, what he's going to get, can Trey Lance throw the ball? Yeah, he can. And he's a real athlete.
He have time to throw the ball. That's
playing against a backup defense and backup schemes.
There's nobody on their offensive line that's playing for the Chargers.
Right. So this is a preseason game. Trey Lance looked pretty good in the preseason. I mean, it's a preseason game. And maybe Trey Lance is playing to be, maybe he wants to be the starter of the Cardinals. Maybe he's vying to be. You know what? Maybe he's the answer in Miami. You don't know, right? Nobody knows. My whole point is that if he wants to be a ball player and he's playing with backups here, this is a fantastic preseason game for him. I'll take him to go over 163. It's minus 120. It's not the wildest bet in the planet.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one. I'll take Trey Lance because I think if he was going to go under, I think the number would be lower. I think it'd be like 150, and then you'd be like up in the air, 152 or something. I just think he's going to sling it. And if he's going to sling it, 14 and a half points, I'll take the Chargers.
Okay. All right. I'm still taking Denver here. I just don't think Denver's are even with their backups playing. Listen, I'm a Harbaugh fan. I just know what that team looks like when that quarterback is being rushed, even with Herbert back there. So I understand Denver's playing with their backups, but backups against backup tackles, I'll take the backup defensive ends.
You would, wouldn't you?
Yep, I would. Next, we got the Arizona Cardinals at the LA Rams. Cardinals are getting 14 points. Over under is 47.5. Cardinals are at plus 700 money line. Rams are at negative 1100 money line. I am going to be going with the Rams here, even though I hope they lose, because if they lose, the Niners get the 5 seed. If the Rams lose, we get the 6 seed. But yeah, I mean, they're playing the Cardinals. I mean, shouldn't have to say anything more than that.
Done. You don't have to say anything more than that. 4.5. Take that.
Yep. All right.
Take
next,
the Rams.
We got Kansas City Chiefs at the Las Vegas Raiders. Chiefs are giving 4.5. Over under is 36.5. Chiefs money line is negative 245. Raiders are at plus 200. Listen, I understand Mahomes is hurt. But we ought to understand what's going on down there in Las Vegas, or over there in Las Vegas. Pete Carroll's pretty much out of the building. They don't know what's going on with that team. The players don't even know if they're going to be starting or it's going to be there next year. Max Crosby, they're talking about trading him now. That team is in shambles. Jack and I thought they were headed in the right direction in the beginning of the year with their hires. We thought they were going to be much improved. Yeah, they really threw that in our face big time.
Yeah.
I like the Chiefs here. I think the Raiders, even with a backup, I think the Raiders are too dysfunctional, especially with all the reports out there. I said earlier in the podcast that Pete Carroll is on his way out after this game.
Let's see. What do I like? You know what? Give me the Raiders.
Okay.
I know, but they're more talented than the Chiefs are right now. The line seems to be Jeffrey.
The Chiefs still have a decent defense.
Give me every
play defense.
Give me every Alshon Jeffrey prop bet. Give me that as well because he's been playing better. The line is starting to come together. I mean, we could say all we want to say about Pete Carroll, and he's certainly the mistake hiring, right? You certainly, you clearly, obviously made a mistake hiring Chip Kelly because since his departure, the team looks better.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he hired him so he can draft some of the, or he had a good eye on the draft class. Pete Carroll's always done this forever. It didn't work, but Kansas City has nobody. No Mahomes. Kelsey's
just no Mahomes.
Kelsey's done.
Kelsey's been done since the end of last year. He's been a shell of himself the whole season. I mean, they still have Hollywood Brown. They still have Rashid Rice. They still have 2 running backs with Hunt and Pacheco. And then
Rashid Rice has been
their defense is still a good defense though.
Rashid Rice has been running routes like DeAndre Hopkins lately. I mean, it's just
if they were playing a decent team, I would be with you. But the Raiders are way in worse shape than the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs are missing their quarterback. That is it.
Yeah, but I mean, with their roster without that quarterback, though, is like the Titans.
No. I'm not saying they're a Super Bowl roster or a playoff roster with Mahomes out, but they're a way better roster than the Raiders. Raiders have them. bang up roster. They have 2 good players that I could think of.
Yeah,
You know,
just two.
yeah, yeah. Offhand, yes. Like superstar players.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right. Next, we got this is a big game at night. Baltimore Ravens at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ravens are giving 3.5. Over unders 41.5. Ravens are at negative 192 money line. Pittsburgh's at plus 160 money line. First time they
Hi.
played, the Ravens won that, correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How do we feel about this?
It's a tough one. This is really tough. But ultimately, I think I'm going to go with Baltimore here. I know it's in Pittsburgh. I know they're both playing for something. I just trust Harbaugh a little bit more, and I think Lamar's going to go in there with a little chip on his shoulder. So with all the stuff about his injuries and them calling him out, and, him trying to defend himself in press conferences, like nobody wants to do that. I think this is a game that he comes out, he's going to ball out this game. I like the Ravens this game.
The Ravens lately have looked really unstoppable with Derrick Henry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's they've clearly they've tried to get away. Here's what Baltimore's done. Jackson had a real injury. Yeah, but stop it. He's a football guy. He's worked ever since he's gotten in the league. I don't care what your reports, all the reports that come out of Baltimore that say he's not a hard worker. Now, come on, stop that. He's got a real injury, and I don't think he can work out the way he wants to. And it's a lower back. He got belted, and now he's kind of just trying to deal with that. So they went to, obviously, their other quarterback, Huntley, who's not as skilled, not as talented. And they didn't want to run Henry's wheels into the ground so that when they needed to get some wins, they got some wins.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they've done here. It's not been mismanaged. Oh, Harbaugh needs to go. I can't. It just drives me crazy how no one sees the pieces of the puzzle. Do the puzzle now. Okay, I need a break. I got to walk away. I'll figure out some of the puzzle. Baltimore has clearly conceded to some victories, right? At the same time, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's at home. They run a certain brand of football. I got a feeling. I'm going to take Pittsburgh here, and this is why.
Okay.
I don't think Lamar Jackson makes this whole game.
Mm-hmm.
I listen, we love Mike Tomlin because he's gritty, because he's really a tough-nosed coach. And you know what? Someone's going to drop Lamar early. They're going to land on him. They're going to test that back. When they land on him and test that back, I don't think Lamar is going to see the game again. And if he doesn't see the game again because they get driven out of bounds or something happens, something's going to happen in this game, and it's going to make you gasp. Right? And then there's going to be reports at halftime, and then maybe he'll give it a go, but he won't be the same quarterback. And then you're going to give it to Derrick Henry. Now you become predictable. I think Pittsburgh finds a way here. I personally won't be betting it. But in my opinion, I believe that Pittsburgh finds a way, and then the reports start swirling once again about Lamar Jackson's commitment while he's laid on the ground trying to fix himself like Larry Bird used to, and you guys will attack him every chance you get. That's what I think happens.
Okay. All right. So you like the Pittsburgh here. I like the Ravens. There is no Monday night game, correct? I don't see one on here.
No Monday night game.
No Monday night game.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So that's it.
That's all we got,
guys. End of the regular season this week. Catch us back here next week for the playoffs. Oh, playoffs.
We'll be talking about playoffs.
Yeah, no Monday night football. There's nothing on here that shows a Monday night game.
That's whatever. We'll start doing. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to playoffs. I'm looking forward to college basketball season. There's plenty of stuff on the horizon
Oh yeah, we got NBA coming up. We got the trade deadline right around the corner for that. There's going to be a lot of movement. Golden State's looking to move Kaminga finally. So Anthony Davis is probably on the move. LeBron possibly on the move. I mean, who knows? A lot of stuff could be happening.
I'm gonna write a
Um,
letter to the NBA and ask them if we could just get rid of traveling. No, just because because if you're not gonna call it, why am I gonna yell it at my TV screen? But it's the gather rule, brother. It's 7 steps. It's an impossible league to watch right now. It really is. I can't. I can watch
I
college
watch it,
basketball.
though.
I know, but it's. I didn't think it could get worse. All I see is highlights of 7 steps in a gather. How does a guy make it from half court to the basket with 2 dribbles?
Yeah, it is what it is. You know,
It's a great response. Well,
it is what it is. We can't do any. We can't change the rules. They've. I've been crying about this since they introduced the Euro step. Like, tell me that you're telling me that's not a travel. Whatever. Okay. It is what it is. We got a lot of great young players in this league right now. So it's really interesting seeing these guys come up. So yeah, I'm looking.
You know what we won't be doing? I'm going to tell you
season.
what we won't be doing with basketball. We won't be doing the one thing that every
Yep.
single
Possibly could be on the move too.
The Greek freak is the one that takes the 2 dribbles from the half court line. That's what he's talking about. That's what I'm talking about too.
It's a EuroLeague.
Yeah,
Or Euro
I saw the 7 steps LeBron took behind the 3-point line and made the 3-point shot. Here's what we won't be doing. Right? It just pops up and I go, yep, that's why I don't watch it. We won't be doing a GOAT debate. I think it's so overdone. It's so boring. And it's been settled.
Yeah, there's only one GOAT. We all know who it is.
Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player to play the game. In my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. The other players are very good players. They have different skill sets. I like Reggie Miller. I like Isaiah Thomas. I like a bunch of different guys. But I'm not going to sit here and we're not going to sit here and do the Michael Jordan versus LeBron James greatest of all time debate. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of viewers' energy. And it's been done to death by people that are just clicking on it. We're not doing that. I refuse to do it. I'm over it.
No, we'll be covering the game like it should be. We won't be going through every game like we do here and going through best bets and all that, like all the games that we like. This is just something we do for the NFL. But we will be going through and giving you our news and our opinion on everything, just like we always do.
Yeah, we'll be talking about Cooper Flag and timelines on Tyrese Halliburton's return. He's a fantastic player. It was never MJ versus LeBron is the greatest stat patter. You're going to argue Russell Westbrook was stat padding for the triple-double crown as well. All right, there's a lot of stat patters out there, and we'll try to separate them in conversation from the guys that don't do that. That's what we'll do, right?
Yeah.
We'll cover guys that leave blood, sweat, and tears on the courts, right? And ones that make their team better. Mm-hmm. That's the ones we'll be covering. Mm-hmm. That's important, I think.
You got your Brunsons, your Anthony Edwardses, your guys that don't, you're hearing a lot more about Anthony Davis and stuff. But I mean, the guys that aren't your table names, aren't your normal names. So your everyday names will be out there talking about not just the superstars. So
how about real quick before we get off, that Harper kid in San Antonio? It's Ron Harper's kid, by the way. Mm-hmm. That dude was fantastic at Rutgers, and he was overlooked and undervalued, and all of a sudden.
That's fine.
Oh, don't start. All right, guys, we'll see you next week for some playoffs.
Absolutely.
Wild card.
Always, guys, be excellent to each other.